Alrighty, just purchased the new TJM Twin Piston Compressor, and thought I'd do an unboxing because there's not a lot of videos of anything about these around. So now that I have the opportunity to, hopefully this will help some of you make a decision. So, pop in the lid, user manual, instructions. It's quite comprehensive with everything you need. Some pretty good wiring diagrams. Helpful when you're purchasing cable to wire it up. Also available for download. One of the other things that's pretty neat is it includes all of the mounting dimensions, as well as a template for you to punch out the holes and then mark in your vehicle accordingly. A couple of different mounts, one for the bottom, one for the top and the sides. In the top it includes all your bolts. Now, some additional bolts as well. Wiring harness and a switch. It includes the mounts. So these will obviously bolt to the ground. You can then bolt your compressor to the side here. Everything's wrapped up, protected, well looked after. Additional brace as well included. Moving on over, you've got the two filter caps. You've then got your terminals and the plug for the power harness. You do need to have the proper tool to crimp these terminals. They're pretty cheap from JCar. I think I got mine for about 12 bucks. And the twin 40 amp fuses to supply power to the compressor. Flip this around. Get things to fit. So that's the top layer. Remove the top layer. Nothing hidden underneath. And here we find the brains of the operation, the workhorse. It is heavy. I think they're listed at 14.3 kilos, something like that. This is a solid compressor. As you can see, it comes pre-wired. There's two plugs. Might. Box is heavy. Alrighty, your power supply and an extra power supply for a few other things, air lockers, other bits and bobs. The reason I went with this compressor is redundancy. Also TJM over ARB. The ARB compressor's been out for 5+ years now. There's obviously more negative reviews for the ARB compressor and faults and failures than the TJM because, well, TJM's still new. So the verdict is out, but so far the TJM, by all accounts and the reviews I have seen, outperforms the ARB marginally. The reason I like this one too is it runs on two solenoids under here, or two relays under here. Should one compressor fail, you can still operate the other compressor to get you out of trouble if you need it. There are multiple points, sides, front, so you can pretty much mount it and hook it up however you need it to suit you. I will be running an air tank as well with this later on, once funds become available. So from my local TJM, this was $749. Triple check the invoice. $769, and that includes GST. Zero problems with it as far as purchasing goes. Getting cables and bits and pieces for it has proven to be a little bit of a challenge, but so far everything's coming together nicely. There's not much to do once you get the compressor. Obviously you need to mount it, figure out which ports you're going to use. Front. One interesting thing to note is I believe this front port allows you to use both. If you choose to use the side ports, you will technically only be using one or the other compressor, if I understand it correctly. If I'm wrong, I will update you on that. Flip it over, filters go here. Underside, wiring's relatively well taken care of, some decent glue heat shrink, shrink sheathing. The brackets are solid. That's like 3mm steel. This thing is built tough, so I'm pretty happy upon initial inspection and the build quality. So there's a quick little unboxing for you. Filters go on top, unplug them, screw them in, good to go. So that's a quick little overview. I'll keep you updated on the install and first impressions of testing it. I've only ever had cheap, super cheap ones and the King's one, so it'll be keen. I'm really looking forward to seeing how well this does. Cheers. Done and dusted. Let's see how it recorded.